Coming straight from the... What the heck? Is this magic or something? Okay. Let's just do that. The slivers, I don't see how it's bringing in 14 volts. That's insane. Two Ronogys versus each other. The Eclipse versus the regular $170 panel versus the $100 panel. Shade tolerance test. Alright, let's talk about this. Each panel is 100 watts. One's a $100 panel, the other one's is $170 panels. You'd think 100 watts is 100 watts is 100 watts. The reason I'm doing this test is because I need to know how they handle the shade. I think the reason, the price difference between the panels is one does better in shaded panels or shaded condition. And this test is to find out if it's worth $70 more for the solar panel. Cover one cell. We lose about 2 volts each. That's good. That's interesting. I wasn't expecting that. I expected a bigger drop in that. Might have a bigger drop in current flow. There's a better. Yeah. Look at that. We're still getting 19 volts with half the cell shaded. How much do we have to get shaded before we stop producing enough power to charge? There's 14. There's 13.9 right there. Full sun. We have over half the panel covered and we're still getting 13.9 volts. That's impressive. And that's the $100 panel. I would have never guessed. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to hook it up to the current now. And let me disconnect. Should I pull it from here? It's just running across 2 leads. And go to 10 amp should support it. Drop it in the 10 amp side. We're not bringing any amperage, but we're bringing in the voltage. Let's see, take that off. Anything? Not really. Oh, let's see. There's 1/10 of an amp, 0.1, 0.5, 0.4. See what full amp. 2.25 is what we're bringing in today, and it's kind of a hazy day. In the winter, it's facing directly at the sun. Got 2.5 amps. I think the maximum is 5 amps, so it's bringing about half its power in today. And let's go ahead and. I know. Yeah, look at that. We lost a whole amp by shading the shell. We get to keep the voltage, so we don't lose any power there. We lost an amp there. How much we lose there? About an amp. How about here? Ooh, we lost 2 amps on this side. Here. Go straight at the, yeah, we lost 2 amps. Okay, so the way they got it designed these two outside ones bring an amp. If you cover the middle one, you lose most of your power on the center strip here. So, however you face it, which side's more likely to get... Oh look, I walked in front of it. Not too bad. But which side is more likely to get shade on either side? So if you have a leaf that covers one, you don't lose as much panel. So if you had an outside edge covered by a leaf, didn't know it, it encroaches slowly, like over time the leaf grows and it encroaches. It still produces until you hit that middle panel there. And that middle panel is your main power panel. So half your cell comes down this way and goes up, the other half that comes down and comes up. That's very interesting. Actually, you can see it here. They must have a... Oh, I bet the center tap's helping. So the center tap's helping it bypass it, even if you lose it. And these are probably higher voltage panels, because if you follow the line of how it's made, it goes down here, comes across, it comes up here, goes across, goes down. But somewhere in here is probably one of those center panel taps. Still, that's good to know. Get my shadow off of it. Very interesting. Very interesting. I would have never thought that. Let's see. Ooh, 3.4 amps. So, somewhere in here is a tap. Yeah. That's interesting. So if it's shaded across the top, you almost likely use almost all your power. How about if it's just down here? So if you get these top rows, or all three of them shaded, you're going to lose all your power almost. Voltage still high though. And then if you shade, we have that's interesting. Alright, we're going to test the let's go back to our voltage here. Unplug, move to voltage, 200 volts DC. Alright, we're going to readjust the panels here. Now I changed some of the variables here because I readjusted the panels. Sun's changing, so it's not going to be a perfect test. Oh look, we're bringing 22.8 volts. Alright, solar panel test, Ronogy Eclipse model with the voltage test and everything else. Number 2, voltage, not amperage. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. Sun's getting brighter out. So, one cell upper right hand side. Looks like you lose a tenth of a volt. Let's talk about this side. What do we lose here? About 1/10 of a volt. Alright, so let's see, 2. Still about 1/10 of a volt. Let's see about down here. Let's do 4 down here. So we lost still about 1/10 of a volt. Oh, look, we lost 1 volt. Oh, 15 volt. No, 15. 0.15. 0.12, there's 22. There's that side. Let's go to the other side and do the same thing on the other side. Here. Okay, here we go. Big test. Look, we're still bringing in 18 volts with half the cells completely covered. Ooh, 17 volts. Ooh, that's impressive. Let's see. I gotta find more junk to cover it with. Sorry guys, this is all the ambulance parts now. Oh look, I'm covering it. You know, that's 11 volts. Apparently, look at that, that's impressive. We got over 3/4, almost 1/3 of it, or 2/3 of it covered, and we're getting still 16 volts. That's quite a bit more impressive than the other one. Let's do this. 4 panels. Holy cow! We got a little sliver on the other one, but we're still bringing in 15 volts with that thing. I'm curious what the current rating's still bringing in. Oh boy. Wow. I'm gonna walk in front, you can see it dip. Alright, let's overlap them. 4 cells in a sliver. Oh my gosh, we're still bringing in 15 volts. With 4. What? 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 Oh my gosh. Really? One would believe that each one of these brings in at least 15 volts. What the heck? Okay, I gotta find more to cover it up with. More old ambulance inside parts. How the heck is that even working right now? Okay, we gotta go to 0. What? No, wait. What's going on here? Am I really hooked up to the solar panel? Because there's no way that's... There's the solar cables. Coming straight from the... What the heck? Is this magic or something? Okay. Let's just do that. There's slivers, I don't see how it's bringing in 14 volts. That's insane. Okay, I gotta get a box. That's it. Because there's like no way. This has to be hooked up to some sort of visible power source. Something like that. Because that right there should not, that's covered. It shouldn't even be putting out anything. We're going to have to try this with the current meter. I'm sure it's not bringing in much power. Yes. Oh. Wow. Wowee. Let's see. Now we're bringing in 22. The heck? Okay, now we got the big guns here. This should kill all the power. I don't see how that's bringing in any power. How is that bringing in 14 volts? It's completely covered. Ooh, I wonder if it's collecting power from the backside. Like the reflecting light from the back. Let's look. Let's see if we can get this to drop down. Let's see. Did that drop any? Hey! Wow! That is awesome. That means we're pulling power from the backside. Let's make sure you guys can see this. It means it's clear on the back, so it's pulling power from the backside. So whenever I mount these, I need to make sure there's plenty of light getting in from the backside. So a mirror or some sort of reflective, I might just polish the roof for these so they get a reflection back on and I get more power out of them for longer. That took me covering up both sides and the back. I'm going to have to test that on the other one now. What the heck? That's crazy. That's awesome. That is awesome. Oh. That is cool. Alright. Let's just go ahead and bring this up. See if it comes back up to 22. What? I dare anyone out there that wants to repeat this thing and try it with these. I had no clue that they'd work out like that. They're collecting power from both sides of the panel. The solar panel. You can kind of see a little transparent film back there, but that's insane. Alright. Alright, we're going to do the amperage test on the Eclipse model. So unplug the positive, move it over to 10 amps shorted. Make sure we put it in the 10 amp slot. We're bringing in 5.43 amps. We're going to start with the small one, the ugly yellow thing. So let's start at a quarter. What do we lose? Didn't even touch, barely touched the amperage. Whoa. I didn't even touch the amperage. Holy cow. Let's do it this way. Full 4 cells. Yeah, that started hitting it. Still better than the other one. Yeah, we lost a lot right there. We're still bringing in power though, the other one didn't. Let's put it right there. So, still bringing it a third, a 3 amp, a third, what is it? Alright, let's see. Fully covered up. We're still bringing in 2 was a 100ths of an amp, 200ths of an amp. Look, 100% covered up. It's pulling in 1/10 of the amp from the back side of it. And we know it's from the back side of it because, well, we can test it here. Let's pull this off. Alright. Sun's getting lit now. About to get into the shadow time. Okay, fully covered. Bring it in. It says no amps. Let's see, let's down that to unfuse. Okay, 200 milliamps. It's 20 milliamps. We bringing any microamps in? Well, we might be bringing a microamp in. We also might be over a meter. So it's not going to register what we're bringing in. But, oh yeah, it's not going to register because we don't have it plugged in. Let's, God, this is an easy way to fry your meter though, by doing this. Let's do this. Oh, hey, look, we're bringing in 216 milliamps. Or is that micro? No, that's milliamps. So, .2, well, no. I'll look it up, exactly what it is, but milliamps, I can't remember. So we are still bringing in power here. Not quite an amp. That's all coming in from the backside. It's reflecting up. This should effectively kill it. Not too bad. It's still bringing in half of that. So not only on the Ronogies are we getting power from both, or the Eclipse. Yeah, frying my meter right now. So I'm going to do something. Look, I am standing in front of the solar cell and almost completely shaded and still bringing in good power. Now look at this. Flipped upside down, not direct sunlight, it's still bringing in a half an amp of power. So you could get 10 amps out of one of these if you had 1,000 watts, which is still pretty impressive. What? So, that's insane. Well, look, it's already starting to get partially shaded on this. Set out the full sun. Full sun on the backside with shade on it. I'm still bringing in 0.6 amps. I'm impressed. Alright, we're doing the regular $100 Ronogy on the back test. Turn around backwards. How much power does it bring in with shadows? And we're still bringing in 1/16 or 0.16 or 160 milliamps of power. Yeah, let's see. Probably not near as much power that's going to be right here. And of course the sun's moving on us too, so we're losing power that way. Let's see what happens when we cover the whole thing up. This is still bringing in enough amperage. No amperage. Fully covered up, I'm still bringing in 10. Hey, might be. Man. Well, trying to decide if there's any difference between these two solar panels.
Coming around.
How's the city?
Wow, this stuff all blow out?
Yeah. Apparently our sheets have blown around too. Right there, I still can charge a battery. It's still bringing in power, but you can't charge a battery with it. Well, that's interesting.